Hey there, I am out at the creek. I am so blessed because it's so warm enough to be out here, and it's my dog's favorite place. See him back there swimming? Oh, it's just the best. But I wanted to hop on here because I've decided that once a week I am going to talk about my mission in life. And if you don't have a mission statement, you should, because it is the most incredible thing that keeps you centered, helps you make decisions, gives you a purpose for being on this planet, right? So I have come up with my mission statement, and it is, my mission is to create freedom in mind, body, and spirit for myself and others. And so I decided, if this is going to be my mission and my purpose in this world, then I need to start talking about it. I need to start thinking about it, talking about it, and just putting it out there, because I'm working so hard myself to create freedom in my life, because I wouldn't say that I'm free in a lot of areas. I feel like the freest I am right now is in body. I've done a lot of work to be healthy in my body and take care of my body, but the mind is a battlefield, and the mind also affects the spirit. And so I'm just going to get on here every week and tell you what I'm thinking about and processing in regards to my mission, which is to create freedom in mind, body, and spirit. Because your mission statement is the one thing that gets you excited, right? That you would die for, that you couldn't live without. It's that thing that makes you who you are, and that gives you that purpose on this planet, that thing that you bring to this world that no one else but you can bring, right? It's so powerful. And so part of my mission is to help create freedom for myself, but also for others. And so part of what I'm going to do is also help you learn how to create your own mission statement for yourself personally, for your children, for every child to have a mission and a purpose for being here, and for couples and for families to have a mission statement as a family that you all come up with together and like put on your wall that you can read every day. That's going to be a part of this new mission in my life, is sharing with other people how to create freedom. And I'm going to do that kind of in a coaching way that I'll talk more about. You can sign up for if you're interested. But I'm also just going to be talking about it on here every week. And yeah, I figure it might help some other people. It might not. But at the very least, me talking about creating freedom will hopefully make me a little bit more free. Because I've been going through a weird time in my life. It's been good and bad, right? So since lockdown happened, I was here in Missouri, and everything changed, right, for all of us. And I was just here kind of visiting my family. I had just taken this big trip. I had gone to Australia, and then I'd gone to South Africa. I'd been overseas for 4 months, and I had just come back to the States and came to Branson with my mom. We flew back together, and then lockdown happened. My dad barely got out of South Africa because he came later. He was on the last Delta flight out of South Africa before they shut all the flights down with the COVID lockdown. So it was such a crazy time, but you know, all the TV shows shut down. I was up for a job, and that they couldn't shoot, and so that job went away, and there were no jobs to be had in television at that time, because how do you shoot a show during a global pandemic? Like, we were all just trying to figure it out. And so I wound up not in LA and without a job. And I thought to myself, I've been wanting to retire from television for about 5 years at this point. At that point, and that was 2 years ago. So I thought, I'm going to use this time to try to develop my own thing and retire from television. So I started creating Boss Lady Entertains because I had a real passion for creating products for people with skin allergies and health issues, because it's something I had struggled with so much. So I started that, and I learned how to make a website. I learned how to make products and labels and package things and ship things, and it's still a learning experience, and I'm still very small batch, handmade in my kitchen situation, but I learned a lot through all of that. I also was able to get some money from my unemployment from Los Angeles that I had never cashed in on, so I was able to financially kind of survive during that time and just start creating my own thing. And I was very grateful to be with my parents during that time. I didn't have to worry about them because I was with them, right? And then months turned into just being here and staying here. And it wasn't even as if I decided, oh, I'm just going to stay in Missouri now. Literally, lockdown happened and I was here, and I've just kind of stayed. And now I've decided I'm moving here. I'm leaving Los Angeles. I'm going to stay in Branson and live with my parents. And I'm actually going to go clean out my storage unit at the end of November. I've had that storage unit for so many years now. I mean, you just don't know what life's going to throw your way, and it just doesn't go as expected, right? That storage unit has just been hanging over me, and it's doubled in price, so I got to get out of it. I mean, I could have rebought my furniture 5 times by now, but I do have one-of-a-kind things from Africa that cannot be replaced, so those are the things I want to bring back. My dad's going to help me with that, so you can go on that journey with me. It's going to be very traumatic, but also very freeing. I digress. That was a little bit of a rabbit hole. So it's just so interesting how tragedies in life can bring about change, which brings freedom, right? I feel so free being here in a place where I can be in nature all the time. I got a dog. I mean, I never thought I would have a dog because I worked in television and I was never home, and so much has changed, and I've gained so much freedom in just being able to, be in a place where it's not as expensive and there's nature everywhere. Not that there's not nature in LA, but it was just more of a struggle and a fight because everything was so expensive, and so you had to work all the time, and you had to always, and working in television is just all consuming, no balance in your life. It's toxic in many ways. It turned into something that was very toxic for me, and so I wanted to get out so that I could have health and balance and freedom in my mind, body, and spirit, because working in reality television, I cannot have that. So all of that to say, so much has happened and so many things have changed, and I never wanted to live in Missouri. I was actually really against it and said I would never move back here when I left when I just graduated from college. I was like, I will never live there again. Never say never. But I'm happy about the decision, and I never thought I would be happy about this, but sometimes freedom takes time. And it's something that grows on you and slowly changes you, and it's rarely sudden. It usually comes as you change, you become more free and more accepting of your circumstances. Circumstances come and go, but who you are, what you were created to do, what your mission, here he's gonna shake, what your mission on this planet is, does not change. There's so much strength and freedom in that. So it's believing, accepting my, who I am, believing that I am free and accepting that and walking in that is the hard part. And what that actually looks like, right? So But what I want you to know today is that there is a plan and a purpose for your life. You are here for a reason, and it's not just to do a job. There's a greater purpose for you than that. You have a mission. And knowing that mission is so freeing and so powerful. So I hope and pray for you that you're able to discover what that thing is for you, that ignites you, fires you up, that you would die for, that you impart to other people, that helps change their lives and make their lives a little bit better. So come on this journey with me as I help to create freedom for myself, and hopefully maybe for you as well. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to be a little bit vulnerable, which for me is really hard. Like the fact that I just told you the things I told you about my life is challenging. There's a personality assessment called, it talks about the 4 elements, right? Earth, water, wind, fire. And we're all a combination of those things. Well, I'm a double earth, which means I'm very grounded and stable, and I like to stay that way, and I like to appear that way. And when I'm vulnerable, then that makes me feel like there's like an earthquake in the ground of my earth. And I think that that's just because I don't really trust people, and I don't have freedom in being who I am, because I feel like I've been so misunderstood by everyone my whole life, and people always think they know me and think they know what I think, and they really don't. And so I don't trust people with my innermost thoughts. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more free and a little bit more vulnerable, and I think that'll be good for me. Baby steps. So anyway, it sounds so cheesy, but it is. It's a journey. I'm on a journey. So I'm inviting you in to join me on this journey, and let's just see how it goes. Let's create some freedom in mind, body, and spirit today. And let's explore what that looks like. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week.